Hey, what is up guys? RoboShaoran here, aka Boo King Boo as my league IGN. I know. Don't flame me in the comments for my name. I made it when I was in like 5th grade, okay? But anyway, welcome to another Darius video. Today, I'll be trying to do something a little different. Usually I just make some basic montages here and there, but recently I played a really spicy game on Darius, and I knew the full thing just had to go on YouTube. I know that there are tons of Darius mains stuck in iron, bronze, silver, all struggling to climb even though they get giga fed in laning phase. So right now, I'm going to go over a full game of mine that'll showcase how you can 1v9 in Darius, and attempt to break it down for you some of the things that I'll do that'll definitely help you climb to Diamond. Now keep in mind that I also make mistakes as well. I've only ever hit Diamond 2 on an A, so there are sure to be some things that I'm doing wrong or suboptimally compared to Challenger or even Master tier players. I know I'm nowhere near the best yet, but one day, it'll happen. Tune into my stream at twitch.tv/RoboShaoran to join me in my journey. Now, before we get started, one thing I do have to apologize for in advance is the audio for this game got screwed up in the process. So I'll just have some background music playing in the meantime. I'm going to be using EpicPen, a screen marker software that I literally just downloaded like an hour ago, so let's hope I do okay with it. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. Okay, so let's start with the basics of Darius. This is for those of you who are just starting to pick him up and want to try him out, or just want to know how I look at a game beginning from Champ Select. Apologies in advance for my voice. I literally just woke up, even though it's like 5 p.m. because I was like drafting this video in my head like at 8 a.m. today and then decided to sleep. But okay, let's start with the basics of Darius. This is for those of you who are just starting to pick him up and want to try him out, or just want to know how I look at a game beginning from champion selection. For summoner spells, the first one is obviously Flash. Flash is super versatile and will always be helpful, no matter the situation, whether it be repositioning, getting over a wall to surprise an opponent, or just closing the gap between you and the enemy ADC. Next, most people like to take Ghost on Darius. This is because Darius lacks a mobility skill, no gap closers in his kit. The added movement speed from Ghost, being able to pass through units, combined with movement speed from his Phage item that he'll buy as his core, gives him a much better chance to reach the enemy ADC and one-shot them. With the incoming buffs for Ghost, granting a longer duration per takedown, literally a perfectly tuned towards Darius, thank you Riot, coming in patch 10.12, Ghost is probably going to dominate as the best summoner spell for a while. Definitely not a bad choice, but here are my thoughts on the others. Some people like to take Teleport. With the recent changes to Teleport, the cooldown is shortened based on level, and you're granted bonus movement speed upon arrival. In higher levels of play, we're talking LCK and LCS in particular, Teleport is probably something that pro players would sacrifice their firstborn children for. But for the average league player, Teleport is still a nice option for macro play, and can come in handy when you follow an enemy's TP or want to force a play yourself. I would definitely not take Teleport if your map awareness is bad, and you can probably go Ghost or my next option if your mid laner is running TP. That brings me to my last secondary summoner spell, and probably one of my favorites for many reasons. Ignite. You can call Ignite on Darius cheesy and unorthodox all you want, but I climbed from Bronze to Diamond in Season 7, taking Ignite on Darius every single game. Ignite provides huge lane pressure and kill pressure with Darius, and you can walk away from a fight knowing the enemy will die at 25% or even more of their health remaining. As Ignite reduces enemy healing, even if they pop a health potion or whatnot, each tick of DOT, damage over time for those of you who don't know, is devastating. I take it in matchups that I know will be super hard, particularly against Renekton's and possibly Mordekaisers. Ignite's a really strong option that you can instantly apply to an enemy ADC since it's point and click, as well as to minimize the effects of a Yuumi or Soraka or some other healing based support, so you don't have to worry about their health pool suddenly like doubling for no reason. Next, we're going to talk about rune trees. I want to stop right here and say that if you're Diamond or above as a Darius main, this video probably isn't the best for you. However, you're free to take a look at some of the things I might do differently from you. If you've got any suggestions for me, put them right down there in the comments below. Now, most of the time, in my Darius rune page, I'll take Conquer as my keystone, running Triumph, Legend, Tenacity, and either Coup de Grace, Coup de Grace, or Last Stand, depending on the matchup. Conquer is really good on Darius because of the relatively fast combos you can do to stack it up. Plus, as Darius, you're aiming to apply 5 stacks to a target at any given time anyway, so you gain bonus AD from Noxium Might, so it heals you extra and serves really well in extended trades or 1v2s. The healing from it also goes hand in hand with Darius' Q, Decimate, to give him massive health regen. Triumph, obviously just a super good rune. You never want to die after solo killing an enemy laner, so it helps you to stay alive just long enough after fights to push out the wave and deny enemy CS, and can come in clutch when you have to 1v2 the enemy and their jungler. Late game, the 12% missing health restored can really save you when you're juggernauting in the middle of a massive team fight. Legend Tenacity is probably the best one for Darius. I have seen people take Legend Alacrity just so that they can attack faster, but if you're going like Triforce or something, you usually don't want to take Alacrity. As the one thing on Darius you don't want happening to you is getting CC'd, crowd controlled, because if you are crowd controlled by some point and click stun, it'll delay you in achieving Noxian Might, your passive. Super important to keep in mind. And basically, the added tenacity that you're almost sure to get from takedowns and laning phase will make you an uncontrollable monster. Lastly in the precision tree, we have either coup de grace or last stand. Coup de grace is really good in the early and mid game for executing enemy champions, as once they reach a certain health threshold, you deal greater damage, which is great for Darius trying to ult someone with 5 stacks of bleed passive on them. Now, if the enemy team's got like 2 or 3 tanky champions, I usually do a coup de grace, but sometimes I know I'll be held hostage in lane or stuck in sticky situations late game. An enemy team only has like 1 tank or so in that type of scenario, I would go last stand. The reasoning for this is because I would already have the damage to execute enemies before they even reach the 40% health threshold for coup de grace. For example, let's say an enemy ADC has around 2000 max health in the mid to late game. At that point, I wouldn't wait until they had 800 health or lower to ult them. I would probably be ulting them at around like 1000 health or 1200. With that in mind, I'd rather deal more damage when I'm at lower health ranges to maximize my damage so I can take more people down with me. Also, one more thing to keep in mind is that Darius' Q, Decimate, heals for more health the lower health Darius is at. Thus, in coalition with Conqueror, right here, the last stand rune becomes an all or nothing fight near the death. Now, before we move on to the secondary tree, I can already imagine some of you guys are rolling your eyes at how trivial some of this might be. However, runes are not to be underestimated. They're literally free stats before the game that can make or break a laning phase, a crucial solo kill, or even the game-winning teamfight with Baron up. One thing I know for a fact people gold and below often overlook is that they stick to one rune page or one playstyle and are too narrow-minded to change it. This is super bad because you want to be flexible when faced with certain matchups. With that in mind, there are 2 possible secondary trees you can choose to take. First, the safer option for those who are just picking up Darius and viable in probably 9 out of 10 matchups top lane is the Resolve tree. In the Resolve tree, the main ones to consider are Demolish in the top branch, Second Wind or Bone Plating in the middle branch, and Unflinching in the bottom branch. Demolish is for when you know you're going to be shoving into the opponent's tower. Now consider this. How will I know if I'll be shoving into the enemy tower? This is something you want to foresee during champ select. If the enemy top laner is going to run TP, chances are Demolish is going to be really helpful in getting a quick plating, then dipping out. Otherwise, if you overstay after pushing a wave in, you won't have the damage on the tower to grab that juicy plate. Alternatively, if they, for some reason, teleport to their mid or bot to help a fight, you as Darius can punish them for having their tower left unprotected. That is, unless their jungler comes to cover for them. Darius' wave clear is great, so you should get to their tower really easily, and you shouldn't be expending too much mana killing minions if you're resetting your W. For a more in-depth look at Darius' kit and how to properly use his abilities to maximize efficiency, take a look at some champion spotlights or guides. Or, if you guys really want, I can make a video on it too. Let me know in the comments. Moving on, I take Second Wind if I know the enemy will be looking to poke me down instead of taking big trades or all-ins. For example, Maokai will be constantly throwing out his ranged Qs and his E-saplings to whittle me down. Otherwise, against a Renekton or Mordekaiser, who will look to fast combo me with hard-hitting abilities, I would take Bone Plating to negate some of that burst-oriented damage. Lastly, a rather underrated rune is Unflinching. This little guy gives you tenacity and slow resistance whenever you cast a summoner spell. As I mentioned before, Getting CC'd mid-fight is the last thing you want on Darius. Unflinching literally makes you stopped for a shorter duration, so you can run faster with Ghosts and flash farther with Flash. Definitely the best rune for Darius in the bottom tree if you decide to go Aftershock as your keystone, but that's for a different video another time. An alternative to the commonly used Resolve secondary tree is Sorcery. In Sorcery, there are really only 2 runes that you should even consider going on Darius. Nimbus Cloak, which gives you bonus movement speed when casting a summoner spell, you get where this is going, and Celerity, which enhances all movement speed bonuses on you. Needless to say, this is all for you to make varsity track and field and run down the enemy carries. At the bottom, I usually take attack speed, adaptive force, and either armor or MR. Magic resist for the newbies, depending on the matchup. Some people actually take adaptive force twice, but one thing to keep in mind for your defensive rune here is the enemy jungler. Obviously, if the enemies are playing a standard ADC and a melee assassin AD mid laner like Yasuo or Zed, go armor. But sometimes, going MR isn't that bad if you know the enemy jungler and enemy mid laner are AP, like Elise and Zoe. There's a high chance that they roam on you. It may seem like just 6 armor or just 8 MR, but these tiny stats can go a long way. Finally, we can take a look at the actual gameplay. First off, I saw that I was against a Mordekaiser, Darkseid, Yasuo, and Misfortune, so I probably went with armor runes at the end. After all, Mordekaiser still smacks me an awful lot despite being mainly AP. I decided to go with Ignite as my secondary summoner this game for the kill pressure I'll need considering my jungler is going full tank Amumu, you can see from the Aftershock, along with the fact that they'll have multiple champions running Conqueror with a decent amount of healing in their kit. Now, loading into the game, I think about what items I buy. If I want to go defensive, I usually buy Doran's Shield, or if I want to go offensive, I go Doran's Blade. Sometimes if I against someone like more Malphite or maybe a Maokai, I'll go a really greedy start, which is Longsword refillable. The reason why I would ever go Longsword refillable is because Longsword allows me to build into my Phage much sooner. If I have 900 gold on my first pack, that's already a Phage. Now walking to lane, you see that I have a Doran's Blade and a health potion. I'll try to be killing him in lane as much as I can, because he is taking, I think it was teleport. Now we just stand and wait, protect our junglers' camps for a little bit, maybe walk into this bush to cheese them if they decide to leash blue and they'll walk up this way. Minions have spawned, and we'll take a look at our minimap in the meantime, because the minimap is where the majority of the game is played. On our team, we have Yuumi, Vayne, Diana, and Amumu. Yuumi will probably keep Vayne relatively safe in the laning phase, and she'll become a late game monster. We have a good balance of AD and AP, along with probably 1.5 tanks, maybe 2, if Diana goes Bruiser, but we'll see. Now, I haven't started any abilities yet because I don't know if he'll be walking through, but once I see that he's in lane, I know I'll be starting Q. He tries to go for a Q there, I just walk up, zone him a bit after I see that he doesn't have his ability, and now I have priority over the lane. Once I grab the CS, I try to Q him maybe as he goes for this one, but he Qs for that one instead. If he had instead auto-attacked it, I would know to punish him. Now I just slowly sit back. Because he Q'd the wave is actually pushing towards my side already. I go for a short trade, apply 2 stacks to him, and then quickly disengage. Just a really nice trade. My jungler went from probably blue to his wolves, if not a Gromp in between. So maybe he'll come top lane level 3 after red buff, but in the meantime, I know I can pressure him with my Ignite. Right here, he went for a minion, I hit level 2 mid-fight, and this is where the Mordekaiser just completely griefs. This guy is beyond dead even if he took his shield level 2 and even flashes away, which is a terrible mistake by him. Alright, let's go back here. So right here, we both hit level 2, I have the minion wave advantage, and I want to zone him off the CS. Let's see what he does. He walks up, and is definitely looking to either Q the minions or Q me. Seeing that he Qs me, I know that he doesn't have Q anymore for the minions, so he has to walk up to auto-attack them. Now, knowing that he's going to walk up to auto attack them, I go for a free auto, and then immediately Q after, repositioning depending on where he is. And he actually tried to go for a trade here. Now, Mordekaiser not having his Q here is just griefing, because going for a trade amidst the minion wave, even if, let's say, our minions were even, he loses his trade because he doesn't have his Q, and I already have bleed stacks on him. I took my E level 2, grab him back into the wave, and at this point he's already dead. Even if he flashes away, I'll flash to follow him, apply the 5 stacks, and ignite. He tries to trade with me as I go, I auto-attack him one last time with ignite, and he tries to get in a Q2 before flashing away. There's no way he's killing me. So, in that exchange, I only blew ignite. He blew his flash, and I have priority over the wave along with a kill. Huge experience advantage. Now, this is probably my biggest misplay the entire game. Instead of looking to help the movement and paying attention to the map, I try to push in the wave so that I can deny Mordekaiser as much CS as I can. Usually this would be the best thing to do, but because Amumu clearly pinged that he was going for the scuttle, I should have gone to the scuttle as well, immediately. But me being me, I decided to push in this wave and actually look towards the tower. Then when I saw that they were finally fighting with all the pings, I decided to go this really short route and told Amumu to walk up, and just to secure his health, and so that he didn't die, I would flash hook him to grant him safety. And then recalling here, we see that the Yasuo is rotating up, and we don't know where the Mordekaiser is. This is just such a greedy back by me. This is probably my biggest mistake the entire game. Don't do this if you want to climb. I decided to go upwards, and then I decided to take the fight after I saw that he warded. I was thinking that I was level 4, he was level 2, I could just take him out real quick and maybe flash away. Unbeknownst to me, this guy actually also took ignite, and the Yasuo eventually came in too. Otherwise I would have killed the Mordekaiser. Just really trolled on me. Don't do that. Alright, so you see me walking back to lane here with the home guards that they added in. Really nice, by the way. I'm still up 13 CS, and all Mordekaiser bought was a refillable potion. Meanwhile, me, I got a whole phage, and I still have... Oh, I don't have my flash anymore. Unlucky. But basically, Mordekaiser is missing both of his summoners. I'm missing both of mine. But I definitely have the advantage here, especially if Mordekaiser is pushing the wave. Now we take a look at this wave. What do we see? We see that this entire wave, right here, it's going to push towards me. So I don't even need to walk up for the CS. I can maybe try to thin out the wave a bit, but I'm probably just going to drag the minions around and wait for my jungler to come. There's no reason for me to be overstepping here, as I just wait. W to zone him off a bit, grab the CS. I can still fight him here for sure. I'm up a bunch of stats. I have the movement speed from Phage, which is not to be underestimated, and I'm probably going to abuse him right here. I Q to zone him off. W for the CS, get it, reset. Siege is coming into tower range. Kill it before it gets there. And now this huge wave is next to my tower, while Amumu is looking to gank top. This is perfect. Auto attack this, Q the wave, and I try to engage with Amumu, but unfortunately we just didn't communicate it properly, and I just try to freeze here. Despite not getting the gank off, I'm still going to be up in XP, and this wave is going to be held towards my side, instead of in the middle of the lane. I'm up double his CS, just 17, but still a ton. He went back and built 2 cloth armors and boots. He's going super defensive. This is probably the right build for him, but he probably plays it wrong in that he tries to be aggressive even with that build of his. Optimally, he would just wait for his jungler. Now here, I'm just trying to hold the wave. I should probably push it out, seeing that it's going to slow push towards him, but then he walks back into the lane and Qs. I thought he was being really cocky here. I could have punished him really hard for that Q, because casting Mordekaiser Q takes time. Take the movement speed, walk up, stand in the middle so that I zone him even a little bit, walk back for the CS, he Qs for it, see what he does. I hit level 6 as he hits level 5. I'm up an entire level. You want to abuse the other laner as much as you can, while keeping an eye on the map. You see that the enemy bot lane is missing, Bard is mid, and Yasuo's keeping our Diana really pushed back. I have a ward here, so I'm not too scared, and I can probably 1v2 since Mordekaiser is nowhere near hitting level 6. Clear this wave real quick, and then observe the map. Walk into the river, possibly consider a rotation to mid lane. If the Yasuo does not back off, then we're going to gank him. if he does, which he did, I walk back top and reset. Maybe look for a bush cheese, maybe do something out of the ordinary. I'm in the bush here. He's still level 5, so I can abuse him. He oversteps a little bit. W, Q, auto attack. He still has no flash. He tries to E me back. I dodge the E. 5 stacks, auto attack, ultimate. He's going to die to the bleed. It's just another free kill. We actually also win the dragon side fight because we had priority in the mid lane. Very perfect. I'm starting to get platings, and this is looking really good for our team. We just got dragon, and you don't want to overstep here. We now see Rek'Sai and Bard, but without seeing them, you shouldn't be too far up. Otherwise, you just waste the free kill you just got on Mordekaiser. Now we clear the wave real quick, clear it as fast as possible, and maybe either look to back, or you can greed for another plating. Here I don't greed and back. I still have an ignite up, so I have kill pressure over Mordekaiser even if he decides to hold me. At least for a little bit, until Mordekaiser has his ignite back up too. We see that he built a Seeker's Arm Guard, while I get an entire Stinger. Oh, I sell it. I sell it actually for a Sheen, Boots, and a Control Ward, or even a Nitron Cloak. Not Nitron Cloak, sorry. Cloth Armor. So, basically, the thinking behind this buy right here is that because Mordekaiser's not going to be that much of a threat as his team's main AP magic damage dealer, I don't need to go that null magic mantle. Instead, I'm probably building towards Tab Eyes right here with this armor, since their Yasuo is decently strong, the Misfortune's getting farmed up, and they have a Rek'Sai. Now, why would I go Shane instead of the Stinger? Yes, it costs 50 less gold, but I'm probably going to be taking shorter trades with Mordekaiser rather than an all-in at this point, because Mordekaiser's going to be playing safe. With that in mind, Sheen also helps a lot to farm and get the tower, and getting tier 2 boots is really important for Darius, because the mobility, as I said before, really helps out in engaging and disengaging. We see Mordekaiser as I walk to the bot side here. At this point, I'm up 2 levels, level 8 to his level 6, and I zone him off the scuttle so that Amumu can maybe get it later. I'm also looking mid here for the Yasuo kill. Amumu shuts down the Yasuo. Not the best person to have the shutdown on, but decent nonetheless. Leash that for Amumu real quick and walk back top lane. Want to be denying this Mordekaiser as much CS as possible. We're already up 31, and we're 2-1 on Darius. There's no reason you should be losing a fight, and I would even consider confidently 1v2ing here. Alright, let's take a look at what happened here. So, walking back up from the river, Mordekaiser sees me and immediately backs off. Now they know that Amumu just shut down the Yasuo on top side. We now know that Rek'Sai's middle, and bot lane is missing. Bot lane actually reappears, I see that on the map, so I'm able to play a bit more aggressive. Now, I see Amumu is rotating top. So even if their jungler is also coming and trailing behind him, my jungler is going to be here first. There's no reason for me to not take a fight. Knowing that, I pressure him off the CS after getting these two myself, walk up, and am able to hook him because of my boots and phage movement speed. You saw how I killed those 2 minions and got the 60 bonus? Hook him in here, double auto attack, boom boom, Q, got 5 stacks on him right here, dodge his E, ultimate ignite him so that he doesn't regen, finish him off with a Q, and then now Rek'Sai appears out of nowhere, I W him and then flash away, flash by mastery, then he tries to ult me here after I miss my Q, then I auto attack him as Amumu does as well. Amumu gets the kill, not the worst at all, he apologizes for it, but it's okay. We essentially got 2 kills on the top side, and 2 kills on the bottom side, so we're hard winning this game. Then Yasuo shuts down the Vayne, probably gets the kill on Yuumi as well, which is really sad. But this entire time that Yasuo roams bot side, Diana gets free farm mid, so that's great. We get multiple platings top, and I get super ahead in CS. I'm now up 50 CS. It's huge. And I got a huge bounty. At this point, I really don't want to die carelessly, so I clear this minion, and maybe... no, I don't greed another one. Now going back, don't want to stay for too long. Rek'Sai could be coming back. Yasuo was missing, and so was the bot lane. I'm probably going to get my Triforce at this point, or just my Tab Eyes, depending on how much gold I have. Full Triforce. Hopefully I have enough for Tab Eyes. If not, just grab Control Ward. Control Ward's really underrated in lower elo. Control Wards, if placed correctly, as you can see from these two, grant basically permanent vision. And it's not just permanent vision, it grants vision and denies enemy vision. This just allows me to see if anyone from mid lane comes top. Yes, the Rek'Sai can still path from his jungle, but Yasuo won't be able to surprise me. I Q here for the CS. And this is going to be held in a semi-freeze, nearer to my side than the middle side. Okay, so there's a huge fight. I see that the Mordekai's down there. I want to push this as fast as possible and either look to rotate or get the tower. Here I decide to rotate. I'm not sure if this is the best idea. Mumu gets a shutdown on Yasuo, but then dies to the Rek'Sai, which kind of sucks. But knowing that, I'm going to catch the mid wave because I know Mordekaiser is down here. Don't want the Mordekaiser to get it. Almost kill the Mordekaiser if I didn't actually kill him. Hook him in, Q, dodge his Q if possible, on attack, and he actually gets away. If I had Ignite, he was dead for sure there. I know I had ulti, but I'm not sure if the ult would have killed him. So it's better to save it and zone him off than use it and he doesn't die. The reason behind this is he's still going to go back. He has to reset. His health is just way too low. And with him resetting, I can get the CS while denying him and get the plates. With that in mind, push it in as fast as possible. Siege minions tanking. Maybe grab one more plate before he gets back. Mid lane appears again. And I might even get first tower here. It's really smooth sailing. So as Darius, if you're bullying your opponent this hard, getting first tower this early on, you want to be helping your team around the map. We have vision of the top side, but since Diana is looking for a roam bot, I then rotate mid so that I can get the mid wave as she makes a play on the bot side. This is a rotation that you might not see in like lower elos because the mid laner would actually want the mid plating, but here, instead of going for the mid plating myself, I go bot lane to help the team because I know that since so many people appeared, there's a chance I can make it in time to actually induce an impact. Mordekaiser is still top, but my team just died right before I got there. Unfortunately, I die here after trading just a kill or two. Really sucks, but happens. Triple kill for the Rek'Sai. Not looking too hot. We just got aced, and the Rek'Sai and Yasuo are pretty fed. Not the best scenario. Thankfully, if we play around the team, our Vayne will be able to out-carry a Misfortune. You can see that they have 3 bounties here. And it's not worth it for me to bully the Mordekaiser anymore. Instead, I shall let the 1-3 Diana match the 1-4 Mordekaiser instead, because I know she is still stronger than him. She's up 40 CS. With that in mind, I can match the Yasuo, because I'm actually at counter to him. I'm up CS, and our gold is probably relatively even. I counter him for sure though. I help the Mumi get the Rift, and see how things play out. Their mid, jungle, top, and bot lane are all missing. So we just have to be careful while in the jungle. Don't want to get suddenly caught out and die for no reason. I shadow the Amumu as he gets this Crab Scuttler. We see the Rek'Sai tunnel. We see the Rek'Sai here. Grab him in. We just grab a quick kill here. He gets ulted by both of us. Really good shutdown for us. That's 400 extra gold to me on top of the 300. And then Diana actually dies to Mordekaiser Yasuo. So we see that Mordekaiser here. Amumu gets onto him with a stun. He Zanyas my hook. Then he flashes over the wall. So I flash over the wall with him to guarantee my ultimate since I still had it from executing Rek'Sai. Standard Darius play. We drop the Rift Herald. Try to get some damage on the mid tower. Possibly even get it. Hook him in here. Double auto attack. Q, auto attack. Get wildly comboed here. Then right before I die, I Q him. Flash the Mastery before dying myself. We almost get the Bard too. Blow his flash. But then it's okay. All good. Bard is able to ult the tower as the Rift Herald crashed into it, resulting in the Rift Herald essentially doing nothing. Really well played by the enemy Bard, actually. Now let's hope our Diana isn't caught out again. Amumu gets engaged on by the Rek'Sai, then the Yuumi is able to get onto him and then ult the Rek'Sai, so he's killed once again. Vayne had to use her ulti, but now we have priority in the mid lane. Their MF is half health and no mana, and we probably get a good reset off as well. Diana can get some CS, Yuumi stays on her, and I respawn. So one of us has to go top lane to catch a wave. It's probably either going to be Vayne or possibly me. Now, ideally, I should be with the team because I'm super strong, probably the strongest on my team by far. So I want to be with the team, and someone else can go catch the top wave. Vayne decides to go farm bot because top might be too far out for her to go alone. Diana is once again caught out. Yuumi abandons her, probably the right idea, and I'm just here countering. IQ here, hook into Yasuo, grab a quick kill on him and dip out with Yumi's movement speed. Really good to see. This is where movement speed and tenacity really comes in handy. If I was any slower, I probably wouldn't have gotten that off. But with that, we were able to pick a quick kill on Yasuo. He probably didn't expect my damage. I just moved really fast. Yumi's also a little bit busted. Moving on, grab some vision in the mid lane. Dragon isn't coming up yet. Or maybe it is. We're clearing vision here. I'm looking for a pick. We just saw somebody in this bush. Diana's coming back. We want to group S5 if the dragon does respawn. Unfortunately, this replay got kind of corrupted, so I can't see many things. Even the jungle camps aren't displayed. Grab the camps. Zone the bard a little bit. Rek'Sai's here as well. I go for a hook on him. If it landed, he probably would have died considering I have Ignite and Ultimate. Otherwise, I'm here just to clear the minion wave. We see that Mordekaiser is top without TP since he took Ignite. So we just clear this wave quickly in group. Yasuo is also spotted bot lane. So we can go for something in the mid lane here. Seeing that, actually probably walk up here. Just grab the free tower. They can't do much to contest. They got one person in the top lane and one in the bot lane. What are they going to do to 5 of us as only 3 players, right? So we grab that. Dragon's actually about to come up within 1 minute. So we want to back off and stay safe. Mordekaiser backs off of top tower. He's probably coming down to fight 5v5. If he doesn't and stays, we know that we can take this fight 5v4. So we scan for vision, look for a bait before we go for the actual dragon. They ward over the wall. Amuma goes for a bandage toss. Doesn't hit anything, but it's okay. This dragon is essentially ours, because we just saw Mordekaiser top. Really griefed by him. Now I walk over to the edge, try to get some vision so I can maybe hook them over and get a quick kill. If I don't get it, too bad, so sad. Poked by the Rek'Sai a little bit. We see that they're mid lane now. Maybe cover it a little bit. We may or may not win 5v5. Honestly, nobody knows. Vayne's getting harassed a little bit. Yasuo is spotted bot side. Our whole team capitalizes on this and tries to isolate them because we see that they're divided in the top and bottom side. Drag the dragon out so that we can get it safely. If they, by some miracle of God, tunnel over, we focus these guys first. If they come from this side, then we turn and fight once we get the dragon. Exactly what we do. Mordekaiser ults me. Yumi has to detach. And then he's Zonius to try to stall me out. Luckily for me, I have enough damage to get the 5 stacks on him and then auto attack ultimate. Then coming out of it, I see that there are so many people around me that I'm exhausted. Q immediately for the health. Then I auto attack here, execute this guy, ult this guy. Then I almost get this guy as well. But then, right before I ulti, she's able to get bard ulted and then flashes away. Really, really sad. But essentially, 3 for 3 and we get dragon. Really worth for our team. At this point, the more armor I get, the less killable I am for them. So after Trinity 4 stacks, a really standard build path, tab eyes with maybe either Randuin's, Deadman's Plate, or Stone Plate, Gargoyle Stone Plate, is a really good buy here. We also have priority in the lane, because Bard and Misfortune were low on health, and I'm still super tanky. They have no way of killing me. So we take this, and then reset. Really good. I'll have Flash up for the next fight, and probably my ultimate as well. So their carries are probably gonna die. I'm 10 and 3 with 500 gold on me as a bounty. Misfortune has an even juicier bounty on her. So I'm gonna be focusing her in the next fight. Get this quick back. And here you'll see I buy a full Spear Visage. Now, the reasoning behind this is they have a Mordekaiser and Bard, both decently AP oriented, but the mindset behind getting the Spear Visage but then selling it is because I need an armor. As I said before, Randuin's or Deadman's is a really good buy here. I consider Spear Visage for a second for the healing, but then seeing as all their kills are on people with AD, Randuin's just the better buy. Now the reason I went Randuin's over something more traditional like Deadman's is because I prefer the Randuin's utility. Its active grants a slow, and because people with crit are more susceptible to getting their attack speed slowed by Randuin, I prefer Randuin's over Deadman's usually, even if they don't have crit. But with Randuin's, I know that if I flash onto the Misfortune and Randuin's her, there is no way she's getting out even if she has flash. Obviously, this being a diamond game, we're keeping track of summoners, especially something as important as like the ADC's flash. So right here, I'm locking up. If the misfortune oversteps a little bit, then I'm going to kill her. I'm not afraid to take this fight at all. The Mordekaiser are super weak, and I know that their team isn't fast enough to respond. Then I walk up, Randuin's her, Q for the health, ultimate this guy, ultimate that guy, then I finish this guy off as well. Just a really good fight for me in general. No reason for the enemy to take that. I hook this guy in, and then ultimate for the quadra kill. Now, let's take a look at why the fight was really terrible for them. Why I knew I could take the fight, and why the fight turned out as it did. First of all, Yasuo is bottom. Yasuo being 8 and 5 is probably their most deadly threat to me, because he actually has crowd control. The others, not really important. Now I see a misfortune. Remember, I have flash. If she oversteps, I'm going to flash on her. But I don't want to do it too early in case her entire team is like right here. So I walk up with a phage movement speed after clearing this wave. Yumi also boosts me up with health. I see that it's only Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is level 11 and got bullied by me the whole lane. Now, putting this into slow motion, stop right here. I auto-attack him again, and then W. So that's 3 stacks. Then I hook him in, auto-attack for the 5th stack, and then I Randuin to get anyone if I can. Yumi actually gets a great ultimate here. I get the 5 stacks, so I have bonus AD and instantly apply my stacks to anybody I hit. This is an optimal situation. You should never take this fight against a Darius. If a Darius has his 5 stacks, know that you can essentially 1v5 if you got ahead in lane, which I definitely did. Starax kicks in, I'm in Juggernaut mode, increased size, increased tenacity, increased health and damage, everything. Auto-attack this guy, Q for the health, instantly apply the stacks to all 5 people, dunk the most important target first, Misfortune. Then, even with the redemption heal, I know that the Mordekaiser is going to die to an auto-ult, so he's already done for. Bard, I see, gets away in this split second, so we're just going to go for the Rek'Sai next. As I attempt to dunk him, he actually ults my ult, so that he gets away. Prep the Q before he even exits, so that once he comes out, he's going to get whipped real quick. Bard actually tried to stun us as I went for it. So I flash his Q from behind, and immediately go into a hook, because I know I'll be in range with the phage movement speed, auto-attack, ultimate. Quadra kill. Really simple, really easy. That's how it goes. I'm still full health, for good reason. That was a really bad fight by them. Misfortune should not have stepped that far up without flash, and I just knew I could take the fight. Now I take the tower here because I don't want the siege minion dying, otherwise we don't do much damage to the tower. And I know that the Yumi heals are just OP. I won't lose any health as we go for Baron and Inhib at the same time. Yasuo is finally here now. If Yasuo had been at the fight earlier, I probably would not have taken the fight as hard as I did. But with that, we get an entire inhibitor, multiple towers, a quadra kill for me, and Baron. This is huge. At this point, if they don't 5v1 me and pick me off, it's pretty much game over. Yumi should permanently stick on me, and we can maybe even split 2-3, with the 2 being me and Yumi together, the other 3 people going top lane or bot. Take a quick reset, let's see what I buy. Sell a refillable potion for the extra slot, keep the Doran's Blade, buy a full Spirit Visage. Now, why did I not buy the Spirit Visage earlier? As I explained, it's because they lacked AP. So why buy it now? Their only AP is 1 and 7, and probably 2 and 3. The reasoning behind Spirit Visage this late into the game is because, frankly speaking, I don't need the armor anymore. They're going to start buying, like, armor penetration maybe. They already have a Black Cleaver on Rek'Sai. What I want now is keeping myself alive, because I am the team. I am the one that will be 1v5ing, even if all my teammates are dead. If Yumi is still on me, I know I'll be able to 1v5, if I have flash. So the Spirit Visage not only serves to negate Mordekaiser even more, so that he's not even a threat. Even if he ults me here, he's not going to do jack to me. But also, Spirit Visage increases all healing on a character by 30%. With Yumi, this is essentially becoming God itself. Darius going 14-3-3 first of all, with Spirit Visage is essentially unkillable. If he's this late in the game, this fed, everything that he does is going to give him full health back. You'll see that I will literally not be killed, and the whole team's just going to revolve around me. If you stay near me, nobody's going to die, and if you do die, I'll get kills back. We're going to set up for Dragon here, jack this Scuttle from Amuma real quick. Obviously I'm the team, alpha male, you already know. Grab the CS bot lane real quick. Yumi's just staying on me the whole time. Ping them back from mid lane, because we don't know where they are on the map. Probably want to get this tower real quick before we start Dragon. Baron up the minions, no reason not to do so. Really quick tower. Everyone's pinging here because Amumu wants to look for a pick before the dragon. Really smart by him. Mordekaiser at this point is toppling. He's probably even given up, seeing how far behind he is, so he just wants to farm. With this, we know it's a 5v4. Start the dragon. Not much they can do to contest. If they try to contest, they're just asking to die. Boom. That's probably our third dragon at this point. And then we look to group bot lane. Ping them back from mid. Mid is a bad idea. We already have supers pushing, so we're just looking to get a good old fight bot lane, considering Mordekaiser's also top. Now, we see that Miss Fortune's way caught out of position here. Just Q her. Don't even need to ult. I'm not level 16 yet, so I don't get the full reset. Yumi with a good ult, catch her out. And at this point, it's all about staggered deaths. What are staggered deaths? Staggered deaths is the concept of essentially having people die with timers that don't come up at the same time. So if Miss Fortune dies first and then we kill this guy, by the time Miss Fortune comes back up and respawns, Rek'Sai will still be dead, so they still can't fight. Flashbang Mastery, we take the inhib after a chain of good picks. Mumu engaged on the Yasuo under tower. This is essentially game over. They're going to try their best to stop us, but even getting pulled in by Mordekaiser and ulted won't stop me at this point. We finish them off right here, go for some cheeky little kills. I try to get the Bard here, flashes away, dirty baiter, get the ult off, but don't get the passive, so not a reset. Still have the ultimate though. Walk up for the Bard again, miss the hook. Miss Fortune shuts down Vayne, so at this point everyone's pinging me to end the game because they don't want to lose it, but it's okay. I know my limits. Go on the Miss Fortune first, reset off her, auto attack, ultimate him, legendary, double kill for me. I almost get the Bard here, but end of the game. He barely gets away when my minions finish it off, and it's GG. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was my first time doing a full gameplay and commentary. I wasn't able to incorporate Epic Pen, the marking software, as I wanted to, but I hope you guys still enjoyed. If you got any comments, leave them down in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time.